Dear cousin Elizabeth, we are now settled in a big camp in Egypt, and Joseph has found work. Jesus is asleep and I've finished preparing dinner, so I've got time to write to you. I promised I would tell you about Bethlehem. You know, Joseph's family came from Bethlehem and we had to go there for census night, and we were travelling with Joseph's parents. Everyone in the family would stay at Uncle Jeremiah and Aunt Ruth's house. They had some spare rooms plus space for camping, but we got separated from the group. Our donkey was so uncomfortable for me to ride, so it had to go very slowly to not be too bumpy. We were nearly at Bethlehem when my contractions came on quickly and were excruciating. I could hardly breathe. I had to get off the donkey and walk. Then my waters broke. It was so embarrassing. I just stood there and cried. We were just outside a lovely little inn, and the innkeeper and his wife saw us. They called us over, and Mrs. Innkeeper took me inside. Well, not really inside. It was actually inside the stable. The inn was full. It's all right. It was spotless, and no animals were in it. Apparently, they had built an enormous new stable on the other side, and this was the original one. It's going to be turned into a wine cellar. Mrs. Innkeeper has hundreds of ideas about reusing buildings and what to do to freshen up your house. Anyway, a funny old lady called Mrs. Goldstein is the local midwife, and she came and stayed with me. She bustled around, moving straw, rocks and empty flower pots. At the same time, Mrs. Innkeeper called out to Mr. Innkeeper to boil water and find towels. I never found out why we needed those things. Finally, Jesus was born. Joseph was very relieved when he heard the cry. You know, we had to use a manger, one of the old-fashioned wooden ones, as a cradle. I was a bit sad about that, as Joseph had spent hours carving a beautiful one, and I'd made such lovely bedding. Oh well, maybe next time. Remember that whole angel thing earlier? Well, apparently some shepherds nearby saw an angel too, and the angel sent them to see Jesus. It was starting to get a bit weird. These strange magi, just odd-looking wise people, said a star led them to us. They are the ones who gave Jesus expensive gifts. They refused to take them back. I can tell you though, Joseph's parents weren't very impressed. They had to come and find us, and they thought a stable, however clean, was a bit demeaning for their grandson. Although, I don't think he is their grandson. I can't talk to Joseph about that. It gets a bit touchy. Anyway, we eventually moved on, but you know, Mrs. Innkeeper was such a motherly lady and so friendly. Still, she did keep going on and on about paint colours and bathroom designs, and did I know what the fashion is in Jerusalem now for bedrooms? Mr. Innkeeper was very quiet and very busy. He had a big book that he kept writing in. I don't know what was in it. Joseph helped him out a bit with some furniture repairs. He said that Mr. Innkeeper is very efficient and organised and hard-working. I suppose Mrs. Innkeeper doesn't give him much of a chance to chatter on. I would like to go back and show them all how much Jesus has grown, but I'm not sure how long we'll be in Egypt. I hope we can see you again soon too. Lots and lots of love from Mary, Joseph, and Jesus.